Hey guys, it's Megan, and this is going to be my, pregnancy. Whoa, good boy, that stunk. Woo! Okay, this is going to be my labor and delivery, pregnancy and NICU experience and how he's doing now. As you can tell, he's doing good. But this is my son. This is Christopher. He is now 4 months old. He is the most perfect little boy in the world. He likes light. Yeah. So pretty much I found out when I was 2 weeks pregnant. And I found out really early because I knew something was going on, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. But I was hungry all the time, and I was puking a lot. So I was just like, okay, this might be it, but I don't know. Bless you. Bless you. But, so I missed my period, and once I missed my period, I was just like, what's going on? So I took a test, and I took 2 of them. No, I took 3 of them throughout the day. Morning, afternoon, right before I went to bed. All came out positive. Super, super, super positive. So I was just like... So, when I was 5 weeks, I went to Alaska, and I stayed there for my whole first trimester, and, it was horrible. I saw him for the first time when I was 5 weeks and 2 days. But, yeah, it was never going back. Nope, not happening. So, when, I came back, I was 13 weeks, and that was like 13 weeks on the day, like, bam, 13 weeks. I came back, and I was so happy. I went from freezing cold to I'm wearing shorts every single day. It was pretty awesome. I liked it. But, when I was 19 weeks, nothing really happened during my second trimester other than a few things. But 19 weeks, I found out that I was having a little boy. I got scratched. Okay. I found out I was having a boy, and it was awesome. I started in his room. He has a bigger room than I do. A bigger closet than I do. What is that? I don't know. But, 23 weeks came along, and my pregnancy went from here to all the way down here. It was bad. But it was midterm week, and I was walking through the halls, and I'm short, so, some guy actually came up to me, and I could tell he did this on purpose. I could tell it was not an accident at all, but he came up to me, and he punched me right in the stomach because everybody thought I was faking. But when he punched me in the stomach, 10 minutes later, I had contractions. So right in the middle of my math midterm, I had to stop it and go to the nurse. And they were like, why? I was like, because I'm having contractions. That's why. Yeah, that made me mad. But when I got into the nurse's office, she was just like, okay, so what are you feeling? And I told her everything that was going on. And she was just like, well, do you know who the guy was? I was like, no, I don't. And I wish I did. I didn't even get to see his face. So that really, really sucked. But my water didn't break until the next day. And I went to the hospital the day that I got punched. And they stopped my contractions. And then the next day, my contractions started up again. And I was just like, okay, well, they're not that bad. And I'm not dilating. So it's fine. I'll just take it really easy. I won't do very much today. I'll just kind of sit around. So I went to my best friend's house. She was hooping, and I get up to go to the bathroom, and when I stand up, my water breaks. Yep. At first, I thought I peed myself, but when I went to the bathroom and I walked out, I was still drenched. So I was just like, okay, this is not right. So we called Taylor's mom, my best friend's mom, because she's a labor and delivery nurse. So I called her, and she was just like, okay, well, if it doesn't stop in like 10 minutes, come to the hospital. So I was like, okay. So 10 minutes passed by, and nothing changed. So my contractions are actually kind of bad, and I'm still like 23 weeks at this time, but my contractions are still bad. So I got hooked up to the monitor. They stopped my contractions, and they said that he is still making enough amniotic fluid to stay in, and I'm not dilating, but my waters broke. So pretty much they sent me home, and at 20, I was in and out of the hospital until 29 weeks. But at 28 weeks and 5 days, I went in for a checkup because I was having my checkups every single week because of what happened. And when I went in, they did the fetal stress test, and he failed it miserably. When he would move, his heart rate wouldn't go up, it would go down, and that's like a really bad no-no. So they rushed me into a ultrasound, and he passed the ultrasound. He looked fine. He had enough amniotic fluid in there. Everything was fine. Like, there was nothing wrong with him. And then they would put me, the doctor came in and they told me, well, we're going to send you to the hospital for a 24-hour monitoring for his heart. And if he continues to do this, we're probably going to have to deliver him. So I went in, and I'm 28 weeks and 5 days, and I got admitted into the hospital, and I started having contractions, but I couldn't feel them. So that was kind of strange to me, but they came in and they're like, we're going to give you something to stop your contractions. I was like, I'm having contractions? And they're like, yeah, you're having contractions all the way up to the 200s. I was like, what? Like, I couldn't feel it at all. But, so I was scared because I knew that my contractions were getting bad, my water was broke, and I'm here. And then the night that, this was a Monday night, the night that the night nurse was actually my best friend's mom, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that. But she came in and she was just like, I don't like your baby strip. I was just like, what? She's like, I don't like the baby strip. I don't like it at all. I was just like, okay, well, what does that mean? She was just like, well, you're probably not going to leave the hospital until you deliver. And at that moment, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. I did not know what to do. I was so scared. And I knew that if nothing changed in the next 2 days, that he was going to come out and we were going to be in the NICU for the longest time in the world. I even had the NICU doctor come down and talk to me, and I was just really, really scared. But on Wednesday, on Tuesday, they told me that, well, we're probably going to have to deliver him tomorrow because nothing is changing. I was just like, okay. So they were like, well, we're going to watch him overnight and see how everything goes. I was like, okay. Well, that night, Wednesday night, he was doing really, really bad. His heart rate was dropping to 20 and staying there for like 5 minutes. No one would come in and check on me. No one did anything. I called the nurse. I even called doctors and was like, hey, this is what's going on. No nurse is coming in. Nothing is happening. And everyone just completely ignored me. And it made me extremely nervous. I really thought I was going to lose him. So Thursday morning came along, and the doctor came in. Finally, somebody came in to check on me after all night of no sleep, nobody checking in on me, freaking out. I almost lost my son like 30 times that night because his heart rate would go down to like 15. Sometimes it'd go down to 10 beats per minute, and that's not right. That's not okay. That's like extreme stress. So he came in, and it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and he told me, he was all like, okay, we're going to put you in an emergency C-section at 9:30. So you can go ahead and get ready. We're not going to take you off the monitor. But you can take a shower. You're just like, well, how am I supposed to get into the shower if I can't get off the monitor? So he's just like, you can get off the monitor for 5 minutes. Maybe not even. So I seriously got a sponge bath. Yep, I got a sponge bath. It was very weird. Very weird. But After they got me bathed, they took me into the room at 9:30 on the dot. They came in, they're like, we're taking you in, I'm taking you in right now. And my mom was not allowed to go in until after I was all prepped. And the prepping took about 30 minutes. They had to get my blood type, and they had to do it right here. That hurt so bad. They had to get the epidural in. They had to make sure that the epidural was working. And they have to get all of the sterilized stuff, get him, all of his stuff ready, get the NICU people down. The doctor came down to talk to me, get the drape over me, all of that fun stuff. And then at 10 o'clock they came in, and they got my mom in, and I'm sitting there and I'm crying because I am so scared, and I didn't think that my mom was going to be able to go back with me. So I thought that I was going to be all by myself. But once they started, it went by really, really fast. I couldn't feel anything. It seriously felt like somebody was taking their finger and rubbing it across my stomach really, really hard, but it didn't hurt. It was just like pressure. So it was kind of weird. But I could feel them inside my stomach, like moving everything around so they can get him, like turning him around. So he came out with his feet first. I don't know why they do that with C-sections, but yeah. Bless you. But, so at 10:13, he came out. At first, he wasn't crying, but it was like not even a minute later, and he started crying, and I started crying, and all I could say was, oh my god, I love him so much, and I didn't even see him yet. Like, I haven't met him yet, but oh my god, I love him. And they cleaned him off, and, then they brought him to me, put his face right next to mine, and he stopped crying. And it was just the most beautiful moment of my life. So after they did that, they shot him up to the NICU, and he was there for 3.5 months. My recovery was not fun. Nope. I don't plan on having another kid because I'd have to get another C-section, and that shit hurts. Bad. Really bad. But 3.5 months in the NICU, he was 2 pounds 5 ounces and 14 and 3/4 inches long. So he was tiny. And when he left, he was 7 pounds 4 ounces and 20 inches long. And right now he is 10 pounds 4 ounces and 22.5 inches long. So he has come a very, very long way. And I am very, very, very proud of my son. He has saved my life. My NICU experience, I didn't like it. Everybody was very mean because I was young. And they told me that I should have given him up for adoption, that I'm not fit out to be a mom because I'm so young. They were very mean to me, and every single time that I would report them saying these things to me, they'd be like, no, I didn't say that, and then nobody was a witness, so it made me look like a liar, which made things even worse. And he has a heart condition, so every single time that they would miss his medication, I'd get pissed. Like, I was really, really mad. And they'd just be like, well, it's not my fault. But like, bitch, you're the nurse. It is your fault. Don't play like that with me. Mm-mm. But when we finally got to room in, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. But when I finally got to room in, I knew it was time to go home, and it was October 20th when I got to room in, and October 21st when I left, and it was 12:35 when I left. It was so amazing, and I've had him home ever since, and he actually, his due date was October 9th, so he was in there longer than what he was supposed to, but that's okay. So, yeah, that is my pregnancy, labor and delivery, and NICU story. We love you guys so, so much, and I really, really appreciate all the love and support that everybody has given us. He has come the longest way. He's such a big boy. He's so fat. I love you. But, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and I love every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Bye.